Hi
Hi
everyone,
everyone,
my name
my
is
name is
Gurby
Gurby
Bulo and
Bulo
I'm the
and I'm the
founder of
founder of
Social
Social
Media
Media
Kids.
Kit.
I want
I
to
want to
welcome
welcome
you to
you
this
to this
masterclass
masterclass
about
about
how to
how to
make
make
money
money
online.
online.
You
You
would
would
think
think
that
that
especially
especially
in
in
the
the
time of
time of
this
this
pandemic,
pandemic,
where
where
there
there
are
are
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
restrictions to
restrictions to
meet your
meet your
customers
customers
offline,
offline,
in
in
your
your
brick
brick
and
and
mortar,
mortar,
that
that
making
making
money
money
online
online
is
is
the
the
goal
goal
of a
of a
business
business
owner.
owner.
Of
Of
course,
course,
that's
that's
important,
important,
but
but
because
because
you
you
need to
need to
pay
pay
the
the
bills,
bills,
but
but
your
your
real
real
goal
goal
should
should
be
be
freedom.
freedom.
Freedom
Freedom
so
so
that you
that you
can
can
do
do
what
what
you
you
want,
want,
when
when
you
you
want,
want,
where
where
you
you
want,
want,
with
with
whom
whom
you
you
want,
want,
as
as
much
much
as
as
you
you
want.
want.
Um,
Um,
um, without
Without
anyone
anyone
telling
telling
you
you
otherwise.
otherwise.
One second, one
One
second.
second.
One
One
second.
second.
There's
There's
something
something
with
with
the
the
mic.
mic.
Mm, okay. Okay.
Kijk even of het nu ook zo is.
Ja, ik ben hem alweer aan het zoeken. Want wij maakten mij ook al dat ik een dubbel geluid had.
Oké, oké.
Maar begin jij nou weer opnieuw dan?
Nee.
Wat heb je nou gezegd dan?
I hope you can hear me now. I start over again. My name is Gurby Bulo. I'm the founder of Social Media Gids. And I want to welcome you to this masterclass about how to make money online. Now, you would think that especially in this time of the pandemic, where there are a lot of restrictions to meet your customers offline, in your brick and mortar, that you're making money online is the goal of a business owner. Of course, that's important because you need to pay the bills. But your real goal should be freedom. Freedom so that you can do what you want, when you want, where you want, with whom you want, as much as you want, without anyone telling you otherwise. Now, I can show you how you can grow your business combining social media marketing, social media advertising, and online sales funnels to make money for yourself online. Now, many people don't believe it's possible, but what you have to realize is that we are in a digital age now. It's all about reaching people over the internet, and it's surprisingly simple if you just know what to do. Now, look at the major companies nowadays, like Amazon, that almost has no stores, or Uber, that owns no cars, or Alibaba, that has no inventory, or Airbnb, that owns no real estate, or Netflix, that is not even a TV channel. That's where the world is going. Internet has changed the game. As long as you have an internet connection, you can create this sort of life for yourself. You can open up endless amounts of opportunity, create your dream lifestyle, and achieve financial freedom forever. And I'm going to take you there. I'm able to share some things that aren't just specific to my business. A lot of people that teach online marketing are focusing on what's working in their business or their industry. But these frameworks are working with for literally, or they work for literally every business, every industry that I've worked with. I'm going to share these frameworks with you in this masterclass. Now, this masterclass is not going to be short, so get yourself prepared. But at the end, because it's my birthday week, I will share a coupon code with you for an incredible offer. Now, don't let your boss, partner, kids, pet, social media, and all these apps and notifications on your phone distract you. Have something to drink and grab a pen and paper because we're going to be covering a lot of stuff in a very, now you know it's a kind of long, but it's also very short period of time. If you, as a business owner, are currently struggling with getting traffic to your website or converting that traffic when it shows up, you may think you've got a traffic or conversion problem. In my nearly a decade of experience in online marketing and working with a ton of businesses, I found that's rarely the case. Low traffic and weak conversion numbers are just symptoms of a much greater problem. A problem that's a little harder to see, and that's the bad news, but a lot easier to fix, and that's the good news. The real problem is not having a value ladder, and because of that, you can't build out a true sales funnel. When you don't have a sales funnel and you bring your target audience to your traditional website and there's no clear path for them to follow, the relationships ends before it even started. But if you add or fix your sales funnel, you will be able to spend more to acquire a customer and will be able to buy more traffic from more places. You can outbid your competitors and will be able to spend 2 to 3 times more than you normally would, while becoming exponentially more profitable. And a good sales funnel will take your target audience by the hand and walk them through each step of your sales process, making them naturally want to ascend up your value ladder of offerings and give you more money as you provide them with more value. How we take a traditional website that is losing money and transform it into a sales and marketing machine that allows you to spend more money than your competitors while gaining more traffic, more customers, and more sales is what this masterclass is all about. The methods that I will cover can also be applied to an offline business who generates leads offline and sells to their clients online. I started selling telephone exchanges, faxes, and mobile phones 30 years ago. Do you remember those mobile phones that they were so heavy that you walked in a skew matter? Anyway, with the help of a construction newspaper, I was looking for new building projects because the new tenants usually needed a new telephone exchange and a fax. I threw a flyer through the mailbox and had to physically monitor who was going to man the property or be lucky that they contacted me by phone before I could start helping them buy my products. We also advertised in newspapers, billboards, and on the radio, but we never knew how many people had seen or heard our advertisement. When we were called by a lead, we hoped they knew how they ended up with us so that we had some idea what our return on investment was on advertising. So it was bad measuring in those days, and your visibility dried up quickly. Or you had to advertise thousands of guilders every day and week. A few years later, I was working as a floor manager in a local discount department store founded on Curacao in the Dutch Caribbean. And there I had my first exposure to an offline sales funnel. I didn't know it at the time, but this process I was seeing and which we as management were using every week over and over again offline would become the exact same system that I'm using now to help other companies make money online and grow and automate their businesses. Now, while sales funnels often get much more advanced than this, look at this diagram to see how we use the online sales funnel. In the department store, we sold a lot of household appliances, and in the local newspapers, we placed ads where we offered literally pallets of 20-inch televisions and stereo video recorders below the purchase price to get people into the store. All that time, I was like, people, now at that time, it was like people now hear that the new iPhone was being released. As you can imagine, we got long lines of people before opening hours in front of the store, and the products were sold out a lot of time within an hour. It was crazy. Now, next, as people came into the store as hyperactive buyers, they started to buy a lot of other more expensive products, growing the customer value in a split second. At the cash desk, we asked them for the email address so we could keep up to date with them for our upcoming offers. It was a massive success. Speed jump to a decade ago, where I was struggling with a divorce. I resigned my job, took time off to rethink how I was going to organize my new life. In my research of how I was going to provide for my daughters, I was triggered on how people were using the internet to make money in a way that was almost identical to what I had learned in the discount department store on Curacao. But instead of using mail, they were using email. Instead of using magazines, they had blogs. Instead of the radio, they were using podcasts. It was fascinating, and I was hooked from day one. I started looking at other people's websites, studying how these businesses were making money. I decided to model what I saw. After all, if it worked for them, it should work for me too. So I created similar products and services to what others were selling online. My website looked similar and the copy on the pages was similar, but for some reason, my efforts made very little, if any, no money. I was frustrated because I could see others making money successfully. What was I doing wrong? While hustling doing social media management for businesses, I was also studying for almost 4 full years, researching successful online marketeers before I realized that what I was seeing online wasn't the full business. The people who were making money were doing it through steps and processes invisible to the naked eye. While I had modeled a part of the businesses that I could see, there were multiple funnels happening behind the scenes that made the magic work. I found out that the difference between $1,000 website sales funnel and $1 million website sales funnel was all of the things happening after the buyer came into the initial funnel. I was modeling what I could see happening on the surface, but the real money was made in ways I couldn't see. It took me years to discover and master these hidden secrets, but when I did, my company went from a few $1,000s a month to six figures in a year instantly. Now, don't get me wrong, in this masterclass, I'm not trying to convince you to do anything. I'm just showing you that if you follow these steps I'm showing you, you will stimulate sales and growth, and that will give you financial freedom, and that will make your life easier. You're just one sales funnel away from that. And don't worry, I'm not doing you a favor. It's a win-win situation for both of us. In the beginning, I was trying to sell to anyone and everyone I could. While that sounds smart at first time, it burned me out. After I started studying a brilliant entrepreneur called Russell Brunson, I discovered the formula he was working with. It started with when you go into a business to primarily think of just selling a product or service because that's now how you build a business. On the other hand, you should be thinking about what result you want to give them. How could you serve your ideal customer at the highest level and give them a result that would change their lives? That result is where I wanted to take them. Who is the dream client I want to work with? Where is this dream client hanging out online? What type of bait can I create to attract my dream client? And where do I want to take my dream client to? These questions I named the secret formula for financial freedom, and it's really the first step that you have to take before you can grow any business. So we want to ask ourselves four questions. And number one is, who is your dream client? You see, the goal is to create hyper target messages. So you have to know your target audience inside and out. Successful businesses get inside of the customer's mind and find out what the individual really cares about. What are their pains and their frustrations? What do they desire? What do they think about and what do they search for online? When you can find out these tiny details, you can search more specifically and find buyers in not so obvious places. See, if you have a product or service or you're interested in getting started in businesses and you want to create a product or service, it's important to investigate and look at all different areas different people hang out online, like Facebook groups, YouTube channels, different kinds of forums. There are a lot of different places where people congregate, hang out, and talk about their pains and frustrations. Successful online marketeers know that this is happening and they go over there and they interact and connect with people. They observe, read, and try to figure out what their pains and frustrations really mean as far as solutions, and they go out and create those solutions, but they also are aware of who they want to serve. Next is, where can you find them? One of the coolest things about the internet is the power of congregations. These seamlessly unimportant groups of people gathering together in little corners of the internet, making it possible for people like you and me to get into business quickly and be successful without all the barriers and expensive hurdles of traditional media. So think about this. Back in the days, if you wanted to reach a market, your forms of advertisement would be TV or newspaper and other expensive forms of advertising, which had a lot of regulation. So you knew you had to make sure everything was set up a certain way and you had to pay these fees, and a lot of times it would be a big risk. But nowadays, it's actually a lot easier. You could figure out what you're passionate about, what problems you like to solve, and you can find out where those people exist. They may exist on YouTube, they may exist on Facebook, they may exist on Instagram, or they can exist somewhere in a forum. Those are usually the places that I like to start. They can also exist on Amazon because a lot of people are searching for products or services. They buy one product or service and you can see what else they buy. Amazon shows us that there are a lot of tools to help you mine that data. You can figure out that what else you can offer, the kind of language they use, and where else they hang out. For example, if somebody talks about a specific kind of knowledge or expertise that they're looking to build, they're probably hanging out in similar places outside of that forum. So that's something you want to keep in consideration. Remember, your target audience are made up real people. So you need to look at the real behavior. Where do you think they hang out online? Where do they spend their time? What email newsletters might they subscribe to? What blogs do they read? What Facebook groups are they part of? Are they even on Facebook? Or do they prefer Instagram? Because one platform might be good for some audience, but might not be good for other audience. Or are they searching for a specific term on Google? What are they searching for and why are they searching for those terms? You really need to dig deep into this psychology of target audience, and you know this might seem like a lot of work, but this is an ongoing journey. The more you invest in really learning about your target audience, the better you get at creating products and services, or partnering with others who create products and services so you can serve that. Now, these questions can take some time and research, but it's worth taking as much time as you need to develop a clear picture of where your ideal clients are directing their attention. Like Abraham Lincoln said, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first four sharpening the axe. So, one of the things that I like to do is hang out at places where my ideal client hang out online and offline, and I'm always asking questions and spending a lot of time listening. I listen to their pains and frustrations because that's where I create the solutions to solve their problems. You want to keep in consideration that there are three types of traffic: traffic that you control, traffic that you don't control, and traffic that you own. Now, let's talk about this traffic that you control. When we talk about traffic, we are using online terminology. These are people, visitors, individuals that are browsing the internet. Even though it's traffic, each visitor is a real person. They're interacting and they're engaging with you. So you want to treat them in a proper way, and this is why the strategically preeminence is so important. You control traffic when you have the ability to tell it where to go. For example, if I purchase an ad on Google, I don't own that traffic. Google does. But I can control it by buying an ad and then sending those who click on that ad anywhere I want. Any kind of paid traffic is traffic you control, including the following. So, email ads, pay per click ads, banner ads, native ads, TV radio commercials, affiliates or joint ventures, and then traffic you don't control. So this would be social media traffic like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google search traffic, blog posts, YouTube guest interviews. Now, just like the traffic that I control, my only goal with traffic that I don't control is to turn that traffic into traffic that I own. Well, we talk about that in a moment. You see, this kind of traffic sources might not last. You never know. These kind of platforms could be shut down on your profile, or your profile could be shut down, or whatever. So we always want to make sure we're hedging out the bets. One of the best ways to do this is to encourage the visitors from those platforms to join your mailing list. In case something goes wrong and gets shut down, I have an email list that's been built over the course and duration of the last few years. You don't have absolute control, and even though there's a lot you could do with these kind of platforms as far as marketing goes, and some of you have built successful businesses on these platforms, especially Instagram, but imagine you're not building an email list of individuals that are leads, prospects, customers, or clients. If for some reason, for instance, you violate the conditions of one of those social platforms, you will literally lose your business overnight. So it's very important to diversify your traffic sources. Next is traffic that you own. This is traffic that you own is the best kind of traffic. This is your email list, your community, your customers. It's important to take your past customers, clients, and consolidate them in an email list and to engage with them on a regular basis. This is essentially what we want to do when we attract our leads. We want to bring them over to our email list, but we want to attract our target audience, not just random people. When those leads are on your email list, you want to draw them into various content and positioning yourself as an authority leader in your niche. By offering them value, paid products, and services, you continue to build a relationship with them. And when they get results, it will increase the relationships down the sales funnel. Next is what bait you will use to attract your dream client. So, the thing about this is that when you're engaging with someone who's already checking email and Facebook on their smartphone at the exact same time, you have to do a little interruption. This interruption must be long enough so that they will click on your ad and visit your website, engage with your content, and give you their email address. Or I should say, contact you if this is the call to action. Now, this is something you really need to think about it too. Is that you can't force people to do things because people are doing things the way they want to do the things. But what I like to do is I always like to think about what's the attractive thing that's actually value to them. Now, some of you will like to do things to distract somebody, but sometimes those kind of strategies will work to your disadvantage if you don't deliver on that distraction. In a way, as online marketeers, we're always being a little distractive and encouraging someone to look at what we have with the goal that we have is going to actually benefit them and it's well worth their time. So we have to think about what are the different ways that we can attract them. Can we do it with videos, images, content reports, case studies, coupons, maybe some offer for a sample? Your dream clients are on different platforms doing their thing, and their ads are running all over the places. If you want to set up your ads really properly, you really need to understand the depth of causing that distraction and bringing them over to something that's actually really valuable to them so they're willing to exchange their email address. So let's talk about the attractive character. So this is a persona you're sharing with your target audience and how you communicate with your email list. Now, most people either don't bother to create this character or they don't do it correctly. So what I want to explain to you is a process. It's one of the most important steps you can take when it comes to making sales. Once you create your attractive character, your business is going to change forever. And these are the four elements. Number one is the backstory. You share your backstory because you want people to see where you came from. If they can relate to where you came from, then they are willing to follow you to wherever you're going. Now, if they don't see the backstory, potential customers won't follow you or listen to you. You'll seem untouchable and you won't seem real to them. However, if they see that you were once in a similar situation, then they instantly identify with you and will follow you. Your story has provided the hook. You then lay out the path and they will want to follow that path. Number two is the attractive character speaks in parables. A parable is a story about something that happened in your attractive character's life. Most people let life pass them by and don't stop to take note of the interesting things that happen to them. But you are different. You have the ability to use the things that happen through your life to help others discover and inspire as well as sell your products and services. You know they're saying people buy from people they like and trust. Now, a lot of clients that I have are very similar to me because there's a certain journey that I went through in entrepreneurship and they have been through a similar experience. My audience can feel that I'm like them, that I can relate to them, and I can understand them in ways that other people don't understand them because I've been through that similar journey. So, what I tend to do as an entrepreneur is I target those that I've been through or are going through what I went through because I've been there. And my goal is to level them up. So, if you're watching this masterclass, you might resonate with this. Level up so we can build a relationship that you can get more results and get more success in your business. Now, in the last 30 years, I've been through a lot of experiences, successes, but far more failures within sales and marketing. And I understand the pains and frustrations of business owners that most of the time have freedom as a goal to do what they want, when they want, where they want, with whom they want, as much as they want, and without anyone telling them otherwise. But success doesn't come overnight. And in the meantime, you have to provide for your family. You have to hustle and do products that you don't want to do till you reach a certain amount of success, make some money, and step by step get into the situation that you can start to choose the clients you want to work with. And you can start living on your own schedule and own terms. Attractive characters share their character flaws. So no one wants to hear about the perfect person because you can't relate. Yet most of us try to put on a perfect facade for our audiences. Ironically, as soon as the audience discover you're not perfect, that you have character flaws, then they will start to empathize with you. They will like you more because you are like them, not perfect. So we are trying to get our audience to a level that we are right now, or levels higher in the journey that we're going through. So realness is very important. Authenticity is felt through the communication, through the voice, and through the empathy that you share through your communication. And you know, one of the big important elements of this is essentially self acceptance. Accepting who you are as a person and recognizing that you don't have to be perfect when you're doing all these things. So, a lot of people come to me and say that they want to create YouTube videos or create a social media presence, like building a business surrounding their passion and who they are, but they're afraid to create content. Afraid because of the fear of criticism. Been that, done that myself. But you know what? People who create content in an authentic way usually end up attracting a larger audience and the audience that's more likely to trust them than those that just try to pretend to be someone that they're not or put on a facade and lie. Because people can sense that. So being authentic and not having the right presentation skills or low level of self-esteem or whatever you got right now, fuck it. You got started. That's number one. And number two is you will get better with time. You will start to improve. And let me tell you this, improving on the journey can be very powerful as far as building and connecting with your audience. Because if you're in certain industries and your audience can see where you came from and grew with you, they will believe it's doable. They watched your evolution and will see how you grew and believe that they can do it as well. Part of that is accepting your flaws. Attractive character number four is harnessing the power of polarity. Attractive characters are typically very polarizing. They share their opinions on hard matters and they stick to their guns no matter how many people disagree with them. They draw the line in the sand, and when they take a stand for what they believe in, they split the audience into three camps: those who agree with them, those who are natural, and those who will disagree with them. As you start to create polarization, it will change your fair weather fans into diehard fans who will follow what you say, share your message, and buy from you over and over again. So, the idea behind this is you have to do something that you believe in. It's who you are, and the goal is to connect with the audience, but at the same time, sticking to your guns in what you believe in. And what you believe in might be different than what is accepted from others, but understand this: there are people probably looking for your way of thinking, and your way of thinking might be unique and really resonate, provided that it's coming from an authentic place and that's actually translated something that's valuable. In concrete, you know that random thinking is not valuable. It's probably not going to lead to buying decisions. But really valuable thinking that's unique and oftentimes polarization and can seem very conflicting to popular ideologies and can create a very powerful niche market in which you can get the results. And it's really based on your thinking that you created the results. So, as you demonstrated in your content that thinking a certain way actually produces the results, and the way of thinking is polar and different than how others communicate or how others think, your audience now trusts you as the person that can help them think that same way and understand things from that perspective and actually create the results that you created through this process. Finally, where do you want to take them? What result do you want to give them? So, as you're building and really looking at how you want to set up your business, you know you have to go through who your dream client is going to be. Where can you find them? What will you use to attract them? Especially in the beginning, you have to come up with stuff that's going to take their attention away from what they're doing. I mean, that's the game of the internet. People are doing all kinds of different things. And if you got something interesting that's going to take them away from what they're doing, you can collect their email address and start to build a relationship with them. That's how you play the game really well. So you have to take your time and think about it. If you want to turn your idea into a business, it can just be about these three things. What result do you want to give them? Where do you want to take them? You have a solution to a problem that they have, and you have a really good solution. And three is your solution oftentimes might not be available anywhere else, or it's not delivered in your unique way. Now, I don't like to start businesses with having a great idea and then try to go and sell the idea. But you can still sell products or services that are similar to your competitors or even exact matches to your competitors. Some people do that and it ends up working, but a better way of doing is to just look, observe, and study what the different pains and frustrations are in that niche that you're interested in. The subnet is maybe based on your skills, or maybe you'll find that in certain area where you have to acquire the skills in a partnership, but essentially, if you can solve that pain and frustration, they will pay you for your value. Always think about the four important questions through the sales funnel. Who is your dream client you want to work with? Where is this dream client hanging out online? What type of bait can I create to attract my dream client? And where do I want to take my dream client? So now let's go into sales funnels, okay? The concept of the value ladder is essentially steps in the sales funnel. The deeper your sales funnel is, the more things you can offer your clients and the more each customer will be worth to you. The more they are worth to you, the more you can spend to acquire them. Remember this truth. We have developed 10 times of done for you sales funnels for local business with a bait. Let me share that with you. Depending on what type of local business you have, it will help you build your email list and help you get more appointments, quote requests, book more tables, or new members. It will give you a shortcut to 3 times as much results done twice as fast. It will save you a lot of time to develop it yourself and you will be up and running within 24 hours. You will get guaranteed results with your done for you sales funnels built in Kartra. That was a side step, but back to the topic. That's how I like to do things. And then as you revise content like this masterclass, or you improve your knowledge about online marketing and all the different businesses, building principles, you will come up with new ideas, new ways of doing things that will help you discover the different products and services that you can offer as a result of opportunities that you see now based on experience of being in that business for an extended period of time. So let me put this on for you. So as we are building our business, we have to think about all the things that they buy, all the things they potentially would buy before, during, after, or instead of the thing you're offering to really recognize what the different opportunities available are, where we can create or partner with those other products or services to fulfill those needs and add them to our sales funnels. Now, when you start out in business, this can be overwhelming. It's good to don't make this complex. I see that a lot of people make the mistake when they get involved with creating sales funnels. They get too sophisticated in the beginning. Start with maybe 2 to 3 levels deep, front, middle, and back offer. If that's going to take you too long, then start with a basic funnel in which you're generating leads, sending a couple of emails, and converting your target audience to one offer. Just start with something basic like that and optimize. And then, as you get to know that market better, your prospect, customers, and clients, then you can add more to your backend. Now let's look to the basic value ladder. You got a bait, which is a lead generation offer, like a report or a free sample or a free book, where, for example, you give some how-tos about the niche you are in, or the examples I just mentioned for local businesses. You have got a front-end offer, usually a lower price point product or service. Now, if you are an amateur, you will only focus on the front end. But people like you and me, who understand business and understand that we're here to make money because we are professionals, we are trying to grow a business and we understand we have to focus on the back end. Now, if you're doing paid advertising, a lot of time the goal of this front end offer is to acquire qualified buyers, to acquire a list of buyers by break even on the front end. In online marketing, we call it the self-liquidating offer. Now, let me show you an example of a company I'm sure you're familiar with called McDonald's. Okay, now in this example, McDonald's is spending about $1.91 in ads to get a person to come to their drive-through window. Now, when they show up, the average customer will pay $2.09 on a hamburger. Okay, so that's in like very good profit or not. They spent $1.91. He made $2.09. So McDonald's is making a profit of 80 cents on every single person. Now are you thinking this Ronald McDonald guy is not that smart? He's a clown because he hasn't figured out this marketing thing out yet. But Ronald McDonald is actually very, very smart. You know why? Because Ronald McDonald is spending $1.91 on ads. A person comes through the drive-through window to order a hamburger. They make their 18 cents, but then what do you think they ask the customer? You can share it in the comments below. They ask you, do you want the fries and a Coke? And then, do you want to supersize that? McDonald's made two upsells for $1.77, and guess what happened? They instantly made $1.95 profit. Now Ronald McDonald made 10 times the profit by adding one offer in the backend, two offers. Now, a lot of business owners out there, if you're struggling, I'm guessing you're missing parts in your sales funnel. Either you're missing a front end or back end or something in between. Another important concept that can really help you before you launch or consider to launch your sales funnel is to reverse engineer a successful sales funnel. So let's talk about that. Before you start to build out any new sales funnel, the first thing I want you to do is find other businesses who already have a successful sales funnel and are selling to my target audience. If I can't find other businesses, then I won't continue to move forward. But if I can't find others who are already successful selling to the chosen market, then I can reverse engineer what they're doing and figure out where they're getting their traffic. I think this is just a great exercise in general. This is something that I enjoy to do because I'm always fascinated as to why I'm making my own business decision, my buying decisions. Wherever I'm buying something, um, I always ask myself, why did I go and buy this? What influenced me by buying this my buying decision? Was it certain ads? Was it a certain conversations? Was it certain emails? I'm always trying to figure out why I do what I do as far as it's about buying decisions and relating it back to the information that I present in this masterclass and the principles of online marketing. In this way, I could see how I can recreate that scenario, maybe not necessarily for that product or service, but for other products or services that I sell on the market. So we want to ask ourselves these simple questions. Where are our competitors, both direct and indirect? What does that mean? Well, a direct competitor is a company selling something very similar to ours. In the supplement business, anyone else selling the same type of supplement is my direct competitor. We're trying to sell basically the same thing to the same people. It's important to actually go through their entire sales funnel or go through their entire sequence and study this. There are various tools like SEMrush and SimilarWeb and different kinds of resources to actually go to and study your competitors' sales funnels. You can see what kind of ads they're running and so forth. You want to see if it's competitive, if it's something that you want to do. Does it require you to have deep pockets? Maybe they just break even on the front end and make a lot of money in the back end. If that's correct and your business is just the front end, then you're probably not going to do very well. But doing this kind of research helps you come up with those educated and smart marketing decisions. You can also search for indirect competitors. These are companies selling something different than you, but to the same demographics. So the demographic might buy product X, which is being sold by a lot of companies, but there's an opportunity to create product Y or Z, and there's no competition in that area. Now, a lot of times, because there's no competition in that area of selling product Y or Z, if you approach the bestseller or the most competitive business selling product X, they're more likely to partner with you. They already have a relationship with those clients and they might consider doing a deal with you and partner as an affiliate or GV partner. To sell product Y or Z, you want to look at what they're doing on their website sales funnel. With SEMrush or SimilarWeb, you can check out website traffic and a lot of different stats on different websites of your competitors to just kind of see what they're doing. That's a great start right there. So let's look at the variables of a successful campaign. There are important elements that we want to incorporate or pull out of our studies. We can keep them as swipe files so we can integrate them in our product or service so we will be better equipped and making educated and smart marketing decisions. Now, the demographics are characteristics of the people you're targeting. Demographics define who belongs in the target audience and who doesn't. We're talking about distinguishing factors like age, sex, education, geographical location, income level, race, language, and political affiliations. And all characters you can think of that define those people you want to reach with your message. The reason why we need this demographic data is because it's going to help us with art ad targeting or specific kinds of content, messaging, or our copywriting. So we can speak to that audience in a way that's very influential, in a way it resonates with them, and in a way it feels that how we communicate is exactly the kind of communication that they are looking for. Then it comes down to the offer, what we're selling and at what price point we are selling it, including our upsells and downsells and our landing pages, etc. We are using Kartra for this to build our landing pages. And with Kartra, you can create the most advanced, customized, and complex sales funnels and automated marketing campaigns you can dream of. I recommend it because it's very easy to create and test landing pages. They have a lot of elements on there and they have been proven to convert, and it's very easy to edit. As an example, this is a landing page where a visitor lands on right after they click on an ad. I believe it's the most important page of your entire funnel. What we have done is look at what a successful competitor do and reverse engineer what's already working and model it. We have developed 15 types of done for you sales funnels for every step of the sales funnel, especially for entrepreneurs, digital marketeers, local business owners, coaches, and consultants just like you. They will help you build your email list, qualify your leads through a survey, fill your calendar with leads, sell products, services, and courses through product launches, webinars, and an e-commerce shop, and you can launch your own virtual summit or live event, including an automated ticket selling system. Those done for you sales funnels will give you a shortcut to get 3 times as much result done twice as fast. They're proven, ready made sales funnels built in Kartra to automate and accelerate your business. They will save you hundreds of hours and you will be up and running within a few days. The mindset of we're going to the part of the 7 phases of the sales funnel. Now, the mindset can profoundly change the answer to the question to experience you have with someone of something that it could be something as simple as when you have a conversation with somebody. You can start out with a positive and you can change the vibe into a more positive vibe before you ask them to do something. That's an example of a pre-frame. So it's important to pre-frame in different stages depending of the type of traffic and depending on the kind of relationship that you have with that particular prospect. First, you need to determine the temperature of the specific traffic you're driving. In other words, what is their awareness level of what you offer? From there, you'll qualify subscribers, qualify buyers, offer massive value, and then rinse and repeat. With enough persistence, you'll soon be able to maximize average cart value, upsell your biggest products, and increase your customer lifetime value. Now, traffic temperature describes how aware a person is about the problem they have and how your product or service can solve them. Is your traffic hot, warm, or cold? There are 5 stages of awareness from coldest to hottest. In stage number 1, you are unaware and you have no idea you have a problem. In stage number 2, you're problem aware, so you know you have a problem, but you're not sure how to fix that. In stage number 3, you are solution aware, so you're aware you have a problem and you know the different types of solutions. In stage number 4, you are product aware, so you're aware of the product that can solve your problem. And stage number 5, you're most aware. In this stage, you are close to expert level and you have a lot of knowledge about the industry. The stages of a sales funnel can warm your target audience up from unaware to most aware. But the best strategy is to target people who are at least solution aware to begin with. Better yet, if you can somehow get yourself in front of the most aware leads, aka the hot leads, then making the sales becomes a piece of cake. This is what experienced online marketers do. They get in front of people who are already warm to hot and require less convincing. At the same time, there's still a ton of money to be made with cold traffic. It just takes the right strategy to warm them up. Now, believe it or not, a lot of experienced online marketeers struggle with cold traffic. They crush it with warm traffic, but leveraging cold traffic is a different game. Now, selling to someone who's solution aware is relatively easy because they already know how your product can help them. But cold traffic is another ballgame. Let's say you're in the autoresponder business and you're speaking to someone who's only problem aware. They're aware they need more customers, but they never heard of an autoresponder before. In this scenario, you can't just expect them to understand the value of your product. Instead, you have to take them from problem aware to solution aware by explaining how an autoresponder can help them get more customers. Only then you can sell them your autoresponder. On average, it takes 5 to 7 interactions before your target audience buys from you, but it can take even longer depending on how cold they are to begin with. Cold traffic might have to see your Facebook ad several times before they get curious enough to click on your ad. Now, warm traffic usually converts best via endorsements from other industry leaders. When people see other knowledgeable folks giving the thumbs up, it can take them from warm to hot fast. At this point, they'll be in the heart of your funnel and you can continue warm them up for bigger upsells. The pre-frame bridge is how you segue into your offer, and it's based on the customer's mindset when they enter your website. This is a short summary of the right pre-frame bridges for different traffic types. As the saying goes, not all clicks are created equal. This means that you never know exactly how someone feels about your product when they first get to your website. With hot traffic, with hot traffic, your pre-frame bridge can be as simple as, "Hey, how you doing? I got something. I think you like, check it out. It can be an email that you send out to your list or a blog post you share where you encourage people to buy. The pre-frame bridge for warm traffic isn't much different, but they just might need a little extra push. This push could be a recommendation from someone in trust or relevant case studies or testimonials. Now, cold traffic, on the other hand, can be less predictable. They might be stumbling into your website after reading a horrible review. You never know. What do you think is going to happen when you try to collect their email? Probably nothing good. Because of this uncertainty, your pre-frame bridge for cold traffic should be longer and more general. This way, if they come in with any negative opinions, you can gradually win them over. On the other hand, they might not even know what you offer. So it's important to start with the basics and go from there. Now, videos are usually a good pre-frame bridge for cold traffic because they don't require as much effort to engage in. If you speak to them in a language that matches their temperature, you can move quickly onto phase number three. Now, not all leads are created equal. A huge email list means nothing if it isn't full of qualified subscribers. Now, how do you qualify subscribers? By using a squeeze page, a pop up, or an opt in form that collects their email. If someone is willing to put their email where their mouth is, then maybe, just maybe, they will be willing to buy from you. Um, yes, then the willing to buy from you. But how do you know if they're ready to subscribe? If you send them straight from the first ad they see directly to your squeeze page, they probably won't be ready to subscribe. That's because they aren't warm enough yet. Instead, send them to an article that communicates why a product like yours is valuable. This will get them in the mindset to enter a relationship with you. You wouldn't ask someone you just met for a bunch of favors, right? Well, the same rules apply to lead generation. Accepting the favor is the email here. First provide value, then build trust. Once someone buys, they usually buy again and again and again. It's just the first sale that's the tough one. But once you get over that hump, the floodgates will open. With the right marketing strategy, you can take recently qualified subscribers and turn them into hot traffic fast and starting making upsells. The only question is, are they willing to whip out their wallet? The best way to qualify subscribers immediately is to make a really attractive offer right off the bat. But it has to be a deal that's so incredible they just can't refuse. Like we take this marketing tactic to the extreme by offering done for you sales funnel packages deals where people can buy them up to 64% off. You don't have to go this crazy as we do, but virtual summits work well too and are very profitable. Virtual summits are a cheat code to sales funnels. They warm leads up fast so you can start qualifying buyers immediately. After visitors register for the free summit launch, you can offer them a discounted all access pass as a one-time offer. If they bite, chances are they'll bite again, and it will be time to see if they're hyperactive buyers. Now, some people buy a lot of stuff in general. These people are called hyperactive buyers, and they are the prized possession of any email list. If you have at least thousands of these click happy fans, your business will be set for life. Now, to identify hyperactive buyers, keep pitching them offers at different price points and continue moving them up your value ladder. The more they buy, the easier it will be to upsell them on your premium products later on. That's why it pays off to have a full buffet of upsells and downsells in your offering. Now, sales funnel phase number 1 to number 5 all happen in the initial sales flow. With an irresistible offer, all 5 stages can happen in just a few minutes. It just takes the right hook, bump, upsell, and downsell. Now, phase number 6 and number 7, however, usually happen over the course of weeks, months, and even years. This is called age and ascent the relationship. And it's the path that most clients follow. Over time, they move step by step up your value ladder. Now, as we take the value ladder of a coaching industry, you can see how we're hooked with the free ebook. Um, if done with a free plus shipping book, you can qualify your leads immediately with some 97 till 997 dollars online courses. Once they are a customer and you keep providing them with more value and offer them a premium group coaching and maybe after time a one-on-one coaching program. If you're smart, your goal should be to get your client in a continuity program where he or she will pay you a monthly subscription. Eventually, products get too expensive to sell online, and that's when you have to pull out the big guns in sales funnel phase number 7. Selling something that's worth more than 2, 3K online gets to be a challenge because the resistance is too high. At this price point, your conversions are going to be better if you take the conversion offline. This means either running a live or virtual event or getting your client on the phone with you or your sales team. Phew. Now, right now, you're probably feeling a bit overwhelmed. This masterclass is not exactly what I would consider light information. You've just concluded a full masterclass in high level online marketing strategy, and you should feel very proud of yourself. Being overwhelmed is actually a good thing because even though you feel like all that information is exploding in your brain is subconsciously making connections. Right now, I'm curious what your value ladder will look like and what types of sales funnels you will use to ascend people on your value ladder. The color diagrams are important tools to help you sink in all the information. If you do forget one of the concepts, you can always visit our community and download them there. Let me give you the link of this masterclass we just did. Um, so contact us there and let's see what value ladder and sales funnel you come up with. Now, here's what I recommend you to do. Decide who you want to serve. Who are your ideal clients? Create your bait and do it quickly. Don't overthink it or try to be for perfection here. Figure out your value ladder. What can you offer above and beyond what you currently are doing? Go create those things. Sign up for Kartra and start building out your funnels one at a time. And if you want a shortcut, you want to get 3 times as much result and done twice as fast, you can save hundreds of hours and get guaranteed results with our full marketing sales funnels built in Kartra for every stage of the value ladder. And last but not least, as I promised, this week is my birthday week. I want to start my new year with giving you all an incredible chance to buy any done for you sales funnel I have to offer with a 25% discount. With those done for you sales funnels, I'll give you a shortcut to get 3 times as much result done twice as fast. They are proven ready-made sales funnels built in Cartwright, automate and accelerate your business. They will save you hundreds and hundreds of hours and you will start selling today. Now use this link to get your perfect sales funnel. Let me get this link for you. You can find him here. And use Gurby's birthday coupon, like you see here, Gurby birthday 25 off. Now bye for now, and let's get started. Get connected, get informed, and get active.